As promised, we are going to do something extremely different today. I talked about wanting to plan out my life because now that I'm graduated out of school, it's very easy to just, kind of wander aimlessly. So what I wanted to do was come up with a list of all the things that I want to accomplish in the next, let's say, 1 to 2 years, and then come up with an actionable plan to kind of show you guys how if you have goals and stuff that like you really need to be able to break them down and make it into things that you can be working towards. Because if you have like these things in your head like, oh, I want to open up a bike store at this age, it really helps to be able to, break it down and figure out what you can be doing now. Because to achieve really crazy things, you have to be working like really far in advance. So this is my plan. I'm going to show you guys all the things that I want to get done, and then we're going to go through each one and we're going to break it down into like what I can do and then what I can do now. So this is my hella sick life plan goals AF. I'm just going to keep this live, this whole video, and not edit it, and just try not to stutter since that's what I always do. So the things that I really want to work on, I want to push my drifting further, and that both encompasses like my skills, my vehicle. I mean, we're going to go and break this down, but it is about fun for me. That's what drifting is. I don't want to be like the top drifter ever, just so you understand that one a little bit more. Quite obviously, I want to be a better husband to Nicole. I think there's a lot of room for improvement there. I'd like to dial the house in. We just moved in about a year ago. There's a lot of things we can do. I want to ride my BMX bike a lot more. I want to travel more. I want to collaborate with more YouTubers. I want to be more involved in the BMX community, become less stressed, spend more time with family and friends, and I want to make LZ BMX better. And lastly, of course, I want to make more car content. So let's start with the first one. How am I going to push my drifting further? I've got a little cheat sheet here because I don't want to forget stuff. So that way I might be glancing down in it. No, I'm not like cheating with this. It's just I went through it first a little bit more in detail. That way when I'm writing this out here, I don't forget things. The first thing, of course, is I want to make my S13 dialed. Obviously, to be able to drift and to get more seat time, I need to have a car that runs well. For me, to have more fun, it's less stress, less focus on my broken car, and more focus on driving. The first thing that we're already doing for that is the 2JZ, which is in progress, which is really cool. So that's already one thing that I'm working towards for my goals. I want to do an angle kit. I have like just some like crazy like PBM knuckles. I don't know why I said they're crazy, but I just kind of have like 50 mil extended lowers, and I just get weird binding, and I have some issues with my rack offset spacers getting loose. Just this whole thing is going to be about cars, but I'm just trying to go into more detail. Anyway, I want to go WiseFab. So my actionable thing to do for that would be to order WiseFab. And I want to paint and give my car a new kit, maybe before like a car show or something, just to kind of keep it fresh. I need something to push me to do that. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Marcel favorited my tweet. Thank you, Marcel. Be a better husband. So I'm not going to get to that yet because there's still more stuff I need to do for my car. If I want to push my drifting further, I need to get a truck and trailer. And the actionable items that I could do for that would be to do research about trucks, which I'm doing. Not research. I need to make a decision on the truck that I want, and then I need to make a conversion on the truck that I want. I'm going to break all this stuff down into kind of what I need to do, but you're going to see by the time we get to the end, there's just way too much, and that's why I get overwhelmed all the time. So then we're going to go back through, and I'm going to pick all the things that I can be doing now, so I'm not, just so you understand, I'm like super crazy overwhelmed. All right, so how can I be a better husband? Quality time is really important to Nicole, and a lot of times we have so much going on that kind of gets pushed on the back burner. So I think a really important thing to do is to obviously spend more time with Nicole. And if we break that down, I can spend more time with her if we like schedule a date night. So that way we always plan on, let's say, I don't know, Wednesday night going out to dinner, or Tuesday night we always see a movie. I feel like if it's scheduled, then it's not something that's going to get pushed on the back burner, and that's really important to me, and that's definitely something I want to work on. So I think that if we schedule it, or should I say schedule it, I think it'll be a little bit better. Am I going to bother to like type right in this, or am I just going to leave it? I don't know. I think cooking meals together would be cool. It's another good way to spend time together. We've been doing that more now. I don't want to use this as a cheat sheet. It just really helps me. I'll try not to do it. And finding things that we can film together. Why? Well, I don't know. Filming to make daily videos is really important, and if I can incorporate her into that filming and it's something that we both enjoy, then that's quality time plus creating videos, so then we can like double maximize the efficiency of it. All right, dial the house in. So we have a house and it needs a lot of stuff done and it's extremely overwhelming. So I'm literally gonna break it down first into the things that need to be fixed. So we need to dial the garage in. I want to finish Nicole's workout room. I want to create a YouTube studio. And I want to finish the gaming simulator room. So the garage is pretty far along. Right now we are just waiting on Sabre cabinets to come in. We need to do the like the plaster stuff over the attic door. We need to do one more row of lighting, and I need to get plates for the lift. So what we're going to end up doing is using these plates that kind of extend the surface area of the bottom of the lift. I've talked about it before, so it just kind of alleviates the stress and puts more mounting points into the concrete, so it's a bit less sketchy. To do the plates for the lift, what do I have to do? I need to PayPal money to Twin Bush, which I keep forgetting to do. For the lighting, I need to order lights. Plaster the attic door, I'll probably do that when Matt comes, because I don't know how to do that, and I'd just rather do that when Matt's here. Sabre cabinets, once they're in, that's probably when I'll do the attic door. So that's how I'm breaking this down. I pick a thing, and then I'm like, okay, what do I want to do with it? And then what do I need to do to get there? All right, finish Nicole's workout room. I need to order a mirror, which I want to do more research on first, because I don't know, I feel like I don't work out, but I feel like having a mirror in there is important, so you can like watch yourself flex hard and stuff. I don't know, form, you guys probably know more than I do. I want to create a YouTube studio, and before I can do that, I need to do research on lighting and like desk stuff. I want to create a room maybe with a green screen. I don't know. I want to look around, find some inspiration, but I want to have like just really good light, so it's a place that I can go to film videos like this, and it'll just look super professional. It's again like there's so many things I want to do that it's so easy to forget them. So like doing this list keeps it in my head, and making that room to a YouTube studio where I can edit and kind of be in my own piece, little sanctuary, I think will really help. So to do that, I need to first do lighting on desk stuff before I can purchase lighting and desk stuff, before I can install lighting and desk stuff. There you go. Also for Nicole's workout room, we need to clean out bike junk, and after we clean up bike junk, we need to purchase shelving to put bike junk on. So I have like a lot of my old frames that I've ridden, a lot of my old helmets. I have my sock in between my toes and it's really bothering me. So I just want to like kind of create a display. I don't know if it'll be in the gaming simulator room or in the YouTube studio, where I can kind of have my frames like mounted up on the walls and then have the helmets up on the walls too. I think it'll be kind of cool. The gaming simulator room, all I really need to do for that is decide what displays I want, and to do those I need to order them. Or first, no, I do research, because I don't want to get the bad ones, I want to get the good ones. I burped, excuse me. So I do research on them, and then I purchase them, and then I install them, which will be very easy. Maybe down the road I'll put like a couch in there with a pull-out, so that way we have room for one more person to stay over. I don't know what else I'm going to do in there, but the first thing is to get the simulator all set up. And I really think that I'm going to want to do a PC at some point. So purchase gaming PC, and I know you guys have told me that I need to build it, so if I'm going to build it, I need to build a PC, and to build a PC, I need to do research. Man, a lot of research. I'm out of school, and it sounds like I'm doing so much research. Research, PCs, building, how to do it. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos, I'm sure, on how to build a PC and specs to pick out. Honestly, what will probably end up happening is I'll consult one of my friends that has experience, or maybe one of you guys, to just give me a list of what I need to order it, and then it shouldn't be that hard to put together, or maybe I'll have someone help me do it. I don't know. That's not something that like I'm really passionate about. I just want something that'll function well, so I can have 3 screens and a super sick simulator setup where I can drift my car on a screen and just have fun. Maybe make gaming videos. I don't know. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm more doing it for fun. But I just don't really want to make gaming videos now until I get my simulator setup dialed. So ride more. I want to ride my BMX bike more. Should be easy, right? I just go out and ride more. Well, kind of like the whole spending time with Nicole thing. If I don't schedule it, it doesn't really happen. And one of the biggest things that is to help me ride, I've already started working on, and that's the Backyard Skatepark. On top of being able to go and ride whenever I want, like I don't have to worry about sessions, I don't have to worry about paying, I don't have to worry about driving to parks. I can just go ride, so like any little time that I get, I could be out there right now if I wasn't filming this video. It's just amazing. So the cool thing is, a lot of the stuff on this list, like I should have made this video before I graduated because a lot of stuff I've already started working towards, but it's cool. You guys will get to kind of see the process as it all unfolds. Man, I'm really burpy. Too much soda. Okay, so Backyard Skatepark. Another thing that I think will kind of force me to ride more, which may seem kind of weird to you, is a new camera. You probably noticed I always have issues with my fisheye camera, my DSLR. It's pretty old and broken. I've been using it for a while. The memory card slot, like when you put your finger on it, it stops recording, so it messes up a lot of footage. The mic gets super weird, so I want to research. I already know what camera I'm gonna get. Buy a A7S II, I think that's what it's called. I want that. I want a mirrorless camera. It's just really expensive, so I've been putting it off. But that's the actionable item. I buy an A7S II, or is it A7 IIS, A27? I don't even know. It's a Sony. Anyway, if I buy that camera, then I'm going to be more eager to film more riding videos because I'll have hella sick slow-mo, and then more riding videos will force me to ride more. I don't know. That's my logic. I also want to ride more street. And to ride more street, I want to travel more, which was the next one, which we'll kind of go into, because I don't like riding Florida Street. Pretty much all the local spots are just busts. Like all the fun spots that I like to ride, you get kicked out of really fast. So I like riding street in new places. I love Northeast Street. So for me to ride more street, I need to travel more. Let me consult the notes to see if I missed anything. Personal skate park, travel more street, better camera. I want to make a stranger video. That's not really an actionable item that will force me. I guess that'll force me to ride more. I never had a welcome to the team video. So now that I'm out of school and I have time and I'm like starting to feel better about my riding, it would be really cool to make a stranger video. So that's one of the things on the list. Travel a lot. So in order to travel a lot, like this was kind of our plan. Nicole and I were like, man, once I'm out of school, there's nothing holding us back from traveling, but you don't just magically travel, you have to plan it. So in order to travel, plan trips. If we don't plan trips, we're not going to go anywhere. So we got to plan trips. And right now, we are planning a trip to Texas. We're doing an event with BC Racing where me and Taylor and I think Nicole are going out to just do a bunch of crazy stuff and drift cars. And honestly, I don't know the full details right now, but just know that there is a cool trip to Texas in the works that's going to be really fun. We are currently possibly maybe going to Japan for drifting too, which would be super sick. Japanese drift trip. I don't want to say anything yet, but maybe. I don't know. It'd be cool. That's one thing that's definitely in the works. Coming up soon, Roman's talked about me coming out to his house, so I'm just kind of waiting for us to figure out the dates and everything. We're going to do something really cool, and there's like some logistics involved. So we'll say Roman collab at his house. Super sick. Hella dope collab. Dolab. And then we are also going to be planning a trip possibly to SoCal to do a collaboration with Hoonigan, maybe. I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched, but it was something that was brought up and discussed. So if that happens, that would be really cool. A lot of the stuff I don't like to share with you guys just in case it doesn't happen. So don't like go and be like, oh yeah, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm sharing a lot of stuff with you guys that I kind of like may not always like to share, but it's cool and it's part of the planning process. So speaking of Roman, I want to collaborate more with other YouTubers. I found that last year, school really held me back. There were a lot of cool opportunities I had to work with other YouTubers that I really couldn't seize upon because my schedule was so limited. So some YouTubers that I want to collaborate with are obviously Roman, Tanner, Juke Squad. Wow, I can't type their name, and Andy Schrock. So in order to make these things happen, Roman, I'm just waiting on the dates. Tanner, I'm waiting on him to heal. I want him to come when he's like feeling good so he's able to scoot on the backyard ramp. I mean, maybe we'll just end up hanging out and then he'll come back again. I don't know. I just think it'd be really cool for him to come when he's like feeling good. That way we have more stuff to do. The Roman, what else? Juke Squad. I need to stop being lazy. Mainly that was like a collab that we talked about doing last year, but my school schedule was just so limiting that we just never was able to make it happen. Andy, I've been talking about doing a collab for freaking ever. I just need to plan that. I think he's in Cincinnati, and maybe I can like couple that with the Roman trip. I don't know. If you guys don't know who Andy is, Andy's like, I think he's got to be, he must have been doing it way before me. He's like my goals, but like in the skateboard world. So he's got like his own warehouse, his own brand. He's got like ramps. He makes cool videos. He's got a kid, a wife. I don't know. He's just a really cool guy, and I'm super excited to collaborate with him. And that's something that you guys should definitely look forward to because I'm sure we'll come up with some cool videos. Um, Another thing that's always been really important to me, you guys know, like I'm very passionate about BMX. Although I've been doing a lot of car stuff, it still means a lot to me, and I want to be more involved in the BMX community, especially locally. So in order to do that, let's break it down into some things that I can do. Go to all the FL BMX stops. Florida has its own contest series, which is awesome. It's an awesome way to meet people. It's an awesome way to get out there, awesome way to ride. And I'm pretty sure I've already been to all of them, but I mean, that's something that's important to me, and that's something that I can do. I want to have a local jam slash meetup, which is awesome, man. I love jams and meetups, but it's so much work to put on and just the logistics behind it. I feel like after the past events, I've set the bar so high that I can't just be like, yo, let's go meet up at a skate park and go chill. It has to be like something cool. So to do that, I need to pick a location. I cannot type. Pick a location, plan, event, and details. And do I have anything else on here that I need to do? Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. And just like coordinate well. Another thing that I want to do too, this is more of a like down the line thing, but one of my dreams always ever since Haven Skate Park, like the skate park that really pushed my riding the farthest, ever since they closed down and I saw the Connecticut BMX scene kind of fall apart from what it was, one of my biggest goals, and this is probably going to be at least 2 years out, is to open my own indoor skate park. This isn't something I'm even going to break down because I don't want to start working on this yet. I just have so much going on, but that's like my big end goal in my head, my way that I want to give back to the sport. I don't know if it would be in Florida or in Connecticut. There's a lot of people that are like talking about opening up in parks in Florida, so it might not be necessary. Whereas Connecticut, there's really not many places to go in the winter, so I think it'd be really cool to do it up there. It's just tough because I'm obviously in Florida and taxes and everything's so expensive in Connecticut. But if I can get sponsors and at least make it break even, that's one of my goals. So I guess my actionable item for that would be just keep it in mind, and just whenever I see opportunities, maybe I can find a way to leverage them to work towards it. But that's something that's really important to me, and I feel like that's something that'll definitely happen. Becoming less stressed. There's a lot of stresses that I have, but lately it's just been really involved with waking up late and then being stuck editing a video, so I can't get out of the house until like 1 or 2. So to do that, I want to try to start going to bed earlier so I can wake up earlier and edit at night. So that's going to kind of contradict the going to bed earlier thing. But if I can edit at night, then I can wake up and the video's done, which is awesome. So if I can edit like the video that I film now on the same night, it would just save me a lot of time and stress. And another thing too that really screws with my day, because you guys see there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. In order to get all the stuff done, and along with like normal adult stuff like paying bills and running errands and stuff like that, I really need to schedule my day and my week. And what always adds a lot of stress is when people just like throw themselves into the schedule. They're like, yo, I'm coming over, or they just like change the time on something. And I always push away whatever I have aside just to fit them in. Or I drop everything to go somewhere that I probably shouldn't go just because someone asked me to. And I really need to start saying no to people. Like it sounds bad, but it just adds so much stress to me. And if I'm able to just kind of stay on schedule and on task, I think I'll just be generally overall happier, which will help all the other aspects of my life. So that's kind of the actionable items I want to do to be able to become less stressed. So spend more time with family and friends. I mean, that's a given. I think being out of school has already helped that, but I really need to just start prioritizing. So like choose to hang out with family and friends over going and filming a video. And one way that I've been doing that is incorporating my business? No. If I can incorporate like hanging out with my dad and spending quality time with him into a video, then I'm both knocking out the task of making a daily video and I'm having fun with my dad. So if I can find ways to like I said, like multitask and tie those things together, it makes me happier. It makes my friends and my family happier because I could spend more time with them. And you guys are happy because I'm still making videos. So that's one thing I want to do with that. Also, I think staying in Connecticut longer will definitely help. The reason we didn't stay that long was just because of the ramp being done and the cold weather. So I'm hoping that getting a truck and a trailer, I'll be able to go up and spend some time there in the summer and when Florida's miserable and I can't really do anything here. So if you don't know, Florida gets hot, like hot AF. So that's kind of how I want to do that. I would say one of the biggest segments, LZ BMX, better. Very generic, making a company better. How am I going to do it? Well, first thing I want to do is meet more. I know I spelled the word meat wrong, but I did it on purpose because I'm very hungry right now and I could definitely go for a burger. So in order to meet more, what I mean by that, I was much less involved than I would have liked to been over the last semester or two because I got so busy with school and everything. So I want to try to spend more time meeting with James, meeting with the guys at the warehouse, because the more we communicate, the more we can solve problems and the more that we can better the company. So I just really want to, have a better presence in actual day-to-day operations. And although that might take away from the other stuff that I want to do, it's important to me and I think it'll really, really help the company. So I need to prioritize it. Every time James and I meet up, we accomplish more in like 1 hour than we normally do in like 3 weeks. So that's just something I got to do. Also, I want to get a bookkeeper so I can stop pulling my hair out when it comes time to expensing things and doing taxes. I'm just very frugal. I don't like spending money on things unless they're like directly related to my happiness, like skate park ramps and race cars. But I think getting a bookkeeper will just really kind of help us be legitimate and will help the business really, get better. Huge thing that will help us a ton. So with brands, you may not realize this, but stuff that's released, let's say in winter, that company is usually planning and ordering like a year ahead of time. And believe it or not, we are so last minute with our stuff that we're like usually ordering winter stuff when it's already winter. And that's why a lot of our stuff's late. Like that's why the windbreakers were late. And a lot of it's my fault just because I don't pull the trigger enough because I procrastinate. And that's one thing that I just really need to work on. So in order to plan up to a year in advance, I need to stop procrastinating. Another way we've been accomplishing this is getting more help. We now have James Harvey, who's like the manager of the warehouse pretty much. We have James Harvey, James Murphy, Mason Burke, Zach Osman, and then we also have Robert who like does stickers. So we got a lot of help, and that way James and me can really focus on the direction of the brand rather than just like working on the day-to-day. So that should be able to help. It's just really important. Otherwise you get lost in your foot tracks and you don't really accomplish much. Man, I've been talking a lot. This is weird for me because normally with my videos, I cut it up so much because I stutter and I mess things up. And I'm on a really good streak right now. So I don't want to lose it. Let me take a sip of water. Maybe that'll help. Breathe. Okay. This is huge. This is something that I haven't really shared with you guys yet, but I want to rebrand. And what does that mean? Well, I want to rebrand from LZ BMX to LZ XXX because we are now doing adult content. No, I'm just kidding. Let's put another X in there just so there's no confusion. LZ BMX is awesome. I'm never going to get rid of it, but I want to create some other sort of branding. LZ, I don't know what I want it to be. Maybe LZ Co or something along the lines. I need to figure it out and I need to figure it out right. I want to create a brand that encompasses all that I like. So if I could come up with a name that encompasses the BMX, encompasses the drifting and the auto stuff, I think it would be really cool. And then it would be less weird, like making a automotive themed shirt with LZ BMX on it. But I also want to kind of take LZ BMX and make it more BMX focused. So I'm not really getting rid of LZ BMX. I want to make it more BMX focused. And then I want to kind of create an overarching umbrella brand that maybe I would have like a LZ drift themed thing under. I don't even know. I feel like the organization can be improved a lot. So in order to do that, the first actionable item will be to decide on a name. I mean, quite obviously. I also need to redo the website, which I could break down into a million things that I need to do with that, but there's a lot lacking. I feel like I can, do a lot with it. So going outside of the rebranding thing, other stuff that I want to do, like I said, be present more at the warehouse. I want to build ramps at the warehouse, basically stuff that I don't have in the backyard. A lot of people are like, oh, you're so street, but you gotta like park in your backyard. Are you like fake? So at the warehouse, I want to have like more of a chill like street setup. Maybe like a little quarter and like a manual pad with a box and some rails and stuff. That way we can ride if it's raining or if it's too hot outside in the sun, because we got like cool fans in there and stuff. And so in order to do that, I need to get a U-Haul or a truck and bring my quarter over there. I'm gonna get rid of it in the driveway because I'll ride it more at the warehouse. And I have extra skate light or ramp armor, I should say, that I'm gonna bring there. That way I can build like super sick ramps that'll be super smooth, and it should be a lot of fun. Although I wonder if I should build them out of plywood so it'll be less slippery with all the dust in there. I don't know. I can figure that out later. But mainly, I want to create like another cool place over there. But do you guys see how much I have on my plate and like how easy it is for me to get overwhelmed? People are like, "Oh, you should be doing all the work on your car." It's like if I did all the work on my car, then I would never get any of this stuff done. And there's so much that I want to do that's so much more important to me. Uh, I feel like no matter what I say, people are going to take it wrong. But I need to ignore that. That should be a thing that I put on my list. Just as a generic thing. Ignore the haters because hella sick life plan, don't include them. Okay, so create build ramps, yeah, move my quarter truck, more collaborations. With LZBMX, I think it's really cool doing collaborations with other brands, and I've had a lot of cool brands hit me up about doing them. It's just we're so all over the place with our own stuff, it's kind of hard to plan a collaboration. I will tell you though, right now we're working on a collaboration for floor mats with Garage Moon Power. James Harvey has a video about it. I'll put a link in the description. They make like super sick JDM style floor mats, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of do a collaboration with them of a floor mat that would like look good in my car that you guys could also put in your cars because they're pretty, just standard size floor mats. Another big thing that I think needs to be done to make LZBMX better is to fix our sizing. And what I mean by that, we do a lot of custom products. So we create the sizing. We literally give them the specs and everything. And somehow we always do it differently. I don't know why. We're pretty stupid, I guess. But we're just always on the quest to perfect the sizing on our products. So we always change it, where we just need to like come up with a set sizing and keep it. But I will tell you, if you're ordering anything, we have all the sizing charts, like freaking like a dozen of them on the website. It's a mess, but I just want to make sure that you guys are getting stuff that will fit. So that's definitely a big goal, and to work on that would just be coming up with standard sizing. So we're going to have to hire some children of all different heights so we can take measurements of them. No, honestly, what we'll probably end up doing is we'll pick a brand that we like, and then we'll like buy a bunch of their shirts and then just measure them. I don't know if people are going to interpret that in a negative sense, but I mean, like, we'll go to the store, we'll buy some Nike shirts, and we'll measure. So we're like, okay, youth extra smalls should be around this size. That way we're not like selling a youth extra small that fits like an adult extra large, So it's just a weird thing that's kind of, I don't know. Another thing that's very, very, very important for LZBMX is to regulate sales. So what I mean by that, now that we have so many people working at the warehouse, it's very easy to be overstaffed and understaffed. So the goal is to create sales or promotions so that way, rather than having sales that are like, which they tend to be, I've stabled them out a lot more than they used to be. But if you can be really good and you can get it closer to a flat line, then everybody always has work, and everybody's busy at the warehouse, and there's never a time when I'm paying for stuff that doesn't need to be done, or there's never a time that the guys need more work that I can't give to them. So that's something, and I guess to regulate sales would be more planning with James, which we're already doing. So that's cool. And probably the most interesting one, creating more automotive content. I need my notes for this because there's like a million things that I want to do. So the main thing about creating more automotive content, we need to figure out what we want to do with the Miata. So my opinion, the Miata is an awesome car. and it served its purpose. I wanted to get Nicole a vehicle that A, she could learn how to drive stick on, B, she could have and beat on it, not like her Mini Cooper where she has to like be super careful with it. And she's gotten great at driving standard, and it's gotten to the point where she's kind of outgrown the car. It's definitely not the nicest Miata in the world, so I need to decide what I want to do with it. But before I decide what I want to do with it, I want to get something to replace it. So replace Miata. Now, what will we replace it with? It has to have pop-ups. So we can narrow that down into cars with pop-ups. Some cars, Corvette. Nicole doesn't want a Corvette. NSX, which she really wants. FD RX-7, which she wants. I don't think she wants one as much as an NSX, but I think it's more of a realistic car. And NSXs, I just feel like, are really expensive. Although I feel like NSXs are more reliable than FDs. Maybe you guys can give some input, but I'm just going to delete the Corvette because we've never even really talked about getting a Corvette. It's mainly just between getting her an NSX, an FD RX-7, an E46 M3, which probably won't happen. We'll probably end up getting an E46 sometime down the road, maybe for up north or something. It sounds like we have a lot of cars that we want, and we do. That's a problem. I got to work on that. But anyway, so I'd say these are the three main things that we've kind of been deciding on for Nicole. So once I see the right one, I've been scanning Craigslist, scanning forums, just waiting for the right one to pop up. It's got to be red if it's for Nicole, of course. She loves the red cars. So I've just been kind of keeping an eye on them, and if one pops up, I'll snag one, and then the Miata, I'll figure out what to do with it. So that will be the next thing. Get rid of the Miata. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. Please, please, please stop emailing me asking me to sell it to you. We're not going to sell that car. That car is just, I would feel guilty selling it to someone because it has so many problems. So I would much rather give it away, like plan a giveaway or raffle it off, or just, I don't know what I want to do with it. Just please, please, please don't email me asking to buy it because it bothers me. I don't know. I'm sorry. All right, next. After we replace the Miata, what else do we want to do? I want to build more cars. So what kind of cars do I want to build? Eventually, down the road, I love a project car. Just something that I could have sitting on jack stands all the time. So whenever I'm bored, I mean, I'm never going to be bored. You guys see how much stuff I have. But just something where if I, have a boring day and I want to just go out in the garage and work on a project car, I can. So it'd be cool to just start with a shell of maybe an old Datsun or just an older car that I can really, learn more about working on cars and just have fun. But not like building a drift car where I'm always in a rush because I want to get more driving time. But so a project car would be buying a project car. That would be the actionable item. But I can tell you right now that's not going to be for a while. We have so much other stuff going on with our cars. So is that it? Is that it? I feel like there's more. Oh, so yeah, I want to also get another drift car because basically, get another shell. That's what I should say. Because I want to SR swap another shell. So take my old SR that is in my S13, rebuild my SR, and then after it's rebuilt, find a shell that I can put it in. And that I kind of want to try to tackle the SR swap myself. It's really, really easy in an S13. So I don't know, that'd be a cool thing. I've never swapped a motor myself. So that's, I don't know, just one thing that I want to do. And it probably sounds ridiculous how much car stuff that I want to do, but I guess just understand that I'm able to justify it because a lot of the content that I'm able to make because of it helps pay for the car, and I'm able to get a lot of stuff sponsored. So it's not like I'm just blowing the money on cars left and right. It's more of a business expense, as crazy as that sounds. I don't make stupid purchases all the time. No. I try to be very smart with my purchases. I would say though, this, for the majority of it, is my plan. I think it's a good plan, and I think it's very actionable. But the thing is, there's so much. It's so easy to get overwhelmed that we need to take this plan that we've just come up with, all this stuff, and we need to just pick things that I could be working on, let's say, over the next week or two. So we're going to run through it, and we're going to say, like, okay, what of this is doable? So make the S13 dialed. 2J is in progress. Okay, that's already in progress. Angle kit. Let me send an email out to WiseFab and see if I can get some good pricing on an angle kit. I think that's realistic. Truck and trailer. The money's not there right now, so I just want to wait on that a little bit more. I think scheduling a date night is definitely something that I can do. waiting on the cabinets. I need to PayPal the money for the lift plates. I just keep forgetting to do that. I can order the lights. That's very easy. We can do research on the mirror for Nicole. I can clean out the bike junk. Maybe I can make a video out of putting my bike junk on shelves. Who knows? YouTube studio, I think, is going to wait for a little bit because there's a lot of other more important stuff going on. The game simulator room, I really need to decide what displays that I want. So I'm going to, try to purchase them and get them, I don't know, over the next week or two. That way I can start playing. I'll do some research on the whole PC thing. Like I said, I'll just probably end up, talking to friends and figuring it out that way. Ride more. I already have a Backyard Skatepark. I'm doing that. A new camera. I'll try to order a new camera. It's just, man, there's so much stuff that I got to order. It sucks. We always have so many boxes. We hate breaking down boxes to throw it out. But that's definitely something I should prioritize. Planning trips. That's something we got to do. We got to plan that trip to Texas. That should be coming up soon. And I got to plan that super dope hella collab with Roman. I'm just waiting on the dates. So next things that I can do that's still realistic, I can definitely start going to bed earlier, waking up earlier, editing at night, and saying no to people. That's all stuff I can action on right now. I can start meeting more, which James and I already have done. I'm going to have to get a bookkeeper when it comes time to doing accounting and stuff. We're already planning, and the rebranding I think should wait a little bit. I'll start stopping by the warehouse more often. The collaborations we're already working on. We're already working on regulating sales. The Miata thing, there's not an immediate rush. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, so I don't really want to try to take on another car at this moment. But definitely just kind of keeping the eye out for those cars will be what I'll do. Get another shell. I think the first thing I want to do is get the SR rebuilt. Maybe I'll rebuild it myself. Either way, though, I think it's going to need machining. So that could be a cool thing to do. But there you go, guys. I took my plan and I broke it down into all the stuff that I need to do in order to accomplish the things that I want to do, and then pulled out things that I can be working on over the next week. And as you can see, it's a bit overwhelming. So you can probably tell why I get stressed out, because on top of all that stuff, there's all the daily things, like sleeping, like eating, and making videos, and responding to your guys' comments. And by the way, too, if you guys have any advice or anything else you think I should try to incorporate, feel free to let me know. If you like this video and you want me to make more videos kind of in the back of my brain, like just kind of showing you more of my thought process and how I go about things, because, I mean, look at how much... Oh man, I never made the 1,000,000 subscriber video. I have to do that still. I also wanted to make like a looking back at my first year drifting video. There's so much, but there's so much work. But if you guys just take a look back and just see how much we accomplished over 2016, I just really got to tell you, all that was with school too. So it's really, really important to figure out what you want to do and how you're going to get there. I wish you the best of luck. I would really appreciate it if you guys dropped a like if you enjoy this video. I know it was a little bit different, but I'm just really hoping that it'll help you guys accomplish your dreams, because, really a dream isn't achievable until you turn it into goals, and you turn those goals into stuff that's realistic. Because if it's not realistic, you're not going to really work towards it. So I wish you guys the best of luck, and I will see you tomorrow. And crap, I had a cut in my video. Crap, I messed it all up. Got to refilm it now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. When you said